Brought the mask to Hawaii to shoot some content on the beach, and there was still cake embedded into that mask. It took me forever to get that thing clean. Hey, this is Bryce Papenbrook. You might know me as the English voice of Eren Yeager in Attack on Titan, Kirito in Sword Art Online, Inosuke Hashibira in Demon Slayer, and a ton more. And you're listening to Podcasts Across the World, Hawaii's #1 anime and manga podcast.
Aloha, everybody. Welcome to Podcast Across Worlds, where we like to read a lot of manga, watch a lot of anime, and talk about it for hours. I'm your host, Lahua Supervina. And today at Amazing Comic Con Hawaii, NEG, we have an amazing guest, Bryce Papenbrook, who you know as Meliodas from Seven Deadly Sins, Inosuke from Demon Slayer, and Eren from Attack on Titan. So welcome, bring a warm aloha to Bryce.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you so much for being on Podcasts Across World.
For having me.
And how has your experience been in Amazing Comic Con today?
I mean, if you can't tell, I'm having an awesome time. It's been so much fun, not only to meet fans that live on the island, but to be in such a beautiful setting. Like, can't be happier. I work in soundproof rooms by myself, so it's been nice to. This is the tannest I've been for a while, so look at that.
And the people who come to see you, what have they been seeing you for? What characters?
All sorts of stuff, which is so cool. Everything from, the shows you've mentioned, like Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan, Sword Art Online, Seven Deadly Sins, but also it's great when people come up with things that I've done 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and they bring up games and all sorts of things from all over my career.
Yeah, I brought up Adol from Ys.
From Ys, yes, a character that I've played since I just said, and that was it. And it's great to come back as him in the latest game and to talk a little bit more this time.
It's crazy. When I was watching Seven Deadly Sins and I was hearing Meliodas, I was like, that sounds like Adol. Is that him? And I had to look it up. And I was blown away because in Ys, he doesn't talk that much, but I was able to recognize you.
I have a very unique texture to my voice that shines through in a lot of my characters. So sometimes you hear, the characters crossing a little bit. They're all me.
Yeah, but you're still able to portray them so uniquely to that character, like Meliodas, Eren, and Inosuke. They're so different from each other.
And it's the great thing about being a voice actor. Once you step in the booth, you can kind of be anything. So it's really fun. And even finding characters and differences in characters that are so similar. Like a lot of the characters that I play are similar in age, but you can still tell they're me and yet tell they're very distinctly different.
Mm-hmm. And then since you're at Amazing Comic Con, you've also been at other conventions. I saw a clip of you getting caked by Steve Aoki.
Yes.
Can you tell us the story behind that?
Yeah. I have been going to the Collecticons around the US. It's such a fun mix of card collectors, actors like myself, and tons of other voice actors. Even Chuck Norris has been to a ton of them, which is so cool to see him at cons. And then a music act. And they rotate and invite different artists to do the music side. And I was at one of the events, and Steve Aoki had a bit of Demon Slayer in his set. And I listened to a good amount of his music. I heard that. I was so excited. I rushed up to him at the end of his set. And I'm like, hey, man, that was awesome that you had Demon Slayer. He's like, yeah, thanks. And I'm like, I voice Inosuke. And he was like, what? And we took a picture of us flexing. And I left that thinking wow, it would have been awesome if there was some way I could get him to cake me. So we lined it up. I went and bought a mask. I had this master plan. We had cake me written on the sheets, and he got me good.
Nice.
Actually, I brought the mask to Hawaii to shoot some content on the beach, and there was still cake embedded into that mask. It took me forever to get that thing clean. Yeah.
Okay. This might be off topic. What flavor was the cake?
I couldn't tell you. I didn't eat much of it. The mask kind of blocked me. So it didn't get me right in the face. It kind of hit the mask and then went around my head. And there was someone helping me out holding the sheets. And it just hit his whole face. Yeah, it was great. It was great. It was good times.
So you've been to the beach in Hawaii. What have you been doing so far outside of the convention?
Oh yeah. I mean, lots of time on the sand. I brought my family with me. I've been throwing them in the water. It's been awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. And enjoying the great food. Just, it's been fun.
What beaches have you gone to so far?
Well, there's one not too far from here with a lagoon. I have little kids, so
Mm-mm.
getting them away from like big waves is really great. So
Mhm.
there's a lagoon not too far. I think it's by the Hyatt or the Hilton.
The Hilton, right in front of the Hilton.
Yes. Yeah, I was teaching them how to snorkel there,
Aw.
which was really fun. That's like the easiest spot to do that.
Mhm.
And then we went a little further down yesterday. There's like the zoo, and then there's a wall.
Oh, the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's another like natural break from the waves,
Mhm.
and the water is just so see-through and beautiful, and it was awesome.
Nice. That's really great since it's been raining recently that you guys were able to still experience like clean ocean
It
water.
rained a little bit while we were in the water, but we didn't care at all. It didn't ruin the day at all. It was beautiful, actually.
Yeah, I like to take my daughter to the one called Kaimana Beach. It's like all the way down to the left side. It's
Yeah.
at the end where there's like a hotel, and there's sometimes a monk seal that visits there.
Oh,
And there
wow.
are waves and such, so we like to stay close to the beach as much as possible. But when
Yeah.
the monk seal comes by, we have to clear the way. And my daughter just stares, and I just have to like hoist her up and just walk out of the water.
That's
And we
incredible.
have to like wait until the monk seal's like gone. Well, I'm glad you had an amazing time with your family in Hawaii. And what kind of food have you guys been eating?
All sorts of stuff. I mean, I got some Kahlua pork. That's been good. I mean,
pork.
yes. We found a spot that does these like cloud pancakes. Yeah, so good. I mean, they like stack them on top of each other. We got like a strawberry one, a chocolate one. Yeah. Another thing that I learned is calories don't count in Hawaii. You just eat whatever you want. Doesn't matter. So it's been great. Yeah.
I've actually never had a cloud pancake before, but they look so good.
The texture is amazing. Yeah.
Is it like fluffier? Is it kind of still a little dense inside?
Oh, fluffy. It's like air. Yeah.
We actually like to make pancakes, mochi pancakes.
Ooh,
Actually, so in the
nice.
Sam's Club, they have like these mochi pancake batter.
Yeah.
So easy to make, and we love butter mochi. So to have like in pancake, like really easy finger food size,
Yeah. Awesome.
amazing. So if you have a Sam's Club membership, hit Sam's Club, pick up those mochi
Load
pancakes.
up on that. There we go.
Yeah. And while you're at home, what do you and your family do?
I mean, like outside of like work and travel and all that stuff. Well, I'm a martial artist. I've trained in Muay Thai and Jiu Jitsu for years and years. So yeah, I love training. My son actually started Muay Thai and Jiu Jitsu also, so it's very fun to see him train.
Who's your son?
He's 5.
He's 5?
Yeah.
Oh, and that's like a good age to teach him.
Totally. Yeah, any age is great. It's just fun to be on the mat with him.
And then does he have like a lot of energy? You just like, I need to help you channel this, and then this is it.
Yeah, I mean, all my kids are like me. They're super high energy. So yeah. Oh yeah. So he does that. He plays soccer too. He's awesome. He's just crushing it.
Wow. And then who decided on the soccer part? Was it you, or was it someone else, or was it your child? I was like, I want to play soccer.
No, that was him. He wanted to go and try it out, and he loved it. He did so great this season.
Wow. Have you guys watched Blue Lock, the anime yet?
I've seen just a tiny amount of it. And I've seen a couple, there's like a artist print. I think Rico Fajardo has it. It's his character kicking Aaron Yeager's head as a soccer ball. It's a great shot.
Because of the latest season of
It's
Attack on
fun.
Titan.
It's fun.
When we were watching Blue Lock, my daughter, she's like only 3.5. She immediately tried to like dribble a ball, and I was like, "Girl, not yet. Like you can barely run right now." I think like if your son watched that, he'd be super pumped, be like, "I want to be like that now."
I'm sure he'd love it. I'm sure he'd love it.
Do you guys watch any anime at home?
I think my kids are still a little young for the stuff that I'm in.
Mm.
But they love Miraculous Ladybug.
Ooh.
Yeah, which is so cool because like my daughter has some friends at school that like the show, and they come over. They're like, "Hi, Cat Noir." So I know I've won the cool dad points. And those are the only points that matter.
So if you guys visit France, Paris, are you totally going to go into that and be visiting the different areas that was in Miraculous Ladybug?
We did go to Paris. I surprised them with a trip there last year. And not only did we go up the Eiffel Tower and see that, we saw tons of places that are in the show. We also visited the animation studio, got a little behind the scenes of the new animation that's coming out this season, which was so cool to get a tour like that too.
Like involve your family, make it like into a family activity.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and they love to travel. They love the adventure. So it was an amazing time.
Are you able to like have those moments with your family frequently, or is it like every now and then?
Yeah, I mean, with them being in school, like we like pick and choose certain trips that they can join me on, and Hawaii is definitely one of those trips that I had to bring them out here.
And then for the audience, is there anything you want to share with them? Like anything about yourself, anything that you're doing recently, going to do, like just anything you want to share.
Yeah, I mean, something I can actually talk about. The new season of Blue Exorcist is coming out. I'm so excited that the show is back. I always tell people, like, when I record as each character, I leave the booth feeling a little differently. And with Rin, like, he just makes me happy. So I hope that comes through in the performance.
Awesome. And when does that air again for Blue Exorcist?
The first episode started streaming in English of season 4 last week.
Nice.
So we should be getting the next episode, hopefully, as we speak right now, should have hit Crunchyroll.
Nice. So everybody who is watching, listening to Podcasts Across Worlds, make sure to check it out. And if you want to follow and see what else Bryce is doing currently, in the past, and in the future, make sure to follow him on all social media platforms.
Yeah.
I'll leave the links in the description. So make sure you follow, like everything he's doing. Show him some aloha.
Appreciate that.
And Bryce, I want to just say mahalo nui loa for taking the time, for joining us on Podcasts Across Worlds, sharing your energy, your stories. You're just amazing.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And everybody else, keep watching anime, keep reading manga, and keep listening to Podcasts Across Worlds. We'll see you on the next one. Off we go.
Thank you for listening to Podcasts Across Worlds. This is a passion project that was created by Lehua Superfina and is co-hosted by myself, Mikhail Casnova. If you enjoyed this episode and any of the topics that we talk about, or any of the guests and voice actors and various people we have on the show, then make sure you do us a solid by, if you're watching it on YouTube, which is on youtube.com/LehuaSuperfina, then make sure you like the video, share it around with someone you think would enjoy it, as well as leave a comment on what you think could be improved, or what you liked, what you didn't like, and all that in between. If you're listening to the show on any of the major podcasting outlets such as Amazon Music, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or any of the others, then make sure you leave a rating, leave a comment, interact with the polls that we put out, and so much more. If you want to support the show, we do have Patreon, as well as many other methods for supporting. And with that being said, we're signing out. We hope you enjoyed this, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Keep listening, keep watching, and keep enjoying Podcasts Across Worlds. We'll see you around.